Claressa Shields victimizes herself again on the Facebook, and we've got to get into all of the details, y'all. Oh my. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Claressa Shields, surprise, surprise, aka Pap's Mistress, aka Pap's Entanglement, aka Pap's Pick Me, aka Pap's Side Chick, or as Chris Cyborg would say, it is duck hunting season. So, once again, we've got to get into Claressa Shields and her behavior on the various social media platforms. I see on the Snappity chat, after, you know what I'm saying, calling her cousin Shalita an op, you know what I'm saying, and upset that her cousin Shalita exposed her with how she allegedly was moving at the funeral, allegedly didn't pay for things, allegedly, you know what I'm saying, tried to hire security to try to block Shalita from seeing her relative and all the things at the funeral is just absolutely diabolical. Claressa called her an op and accused her cousin of playing victim, right? And ultimately, we got to get into Claressa herself, once again, playing victim, right? But after she does that smear campaign, right? She posts all over the Snappy chat with her other family, right? With her sister and her niece and nephew and all the things, and having them like train with her and all this and all that to make it seem like, you know, she's not, you know, she's not this bad person, right? And then trying to listen to all this gospel music in the midst of her training to make it seem like, once again, you know what I'm saying? Everything on the internet is fake news, right? But what I want to get into, Neil, is some other things that she also says on the Facebook, and this is why I keep telling y'all got to pay attention to Claressa on all social media platforms, because she picks and chooses what narrative she wants to push, and she knows the victim narrative, especially on the Facebook where her family and friends are, is a way for her relatives and her friends to also push that to, you know, present Claressa as an angel. So first we're going to get into this. It says, I'm not letting nobody sabotage my fight camp. I'll be flying out to Florida tomorrow morning. And I believe this was yesterday that Claressa had said this, right? Where she's going to be doing her training and all the things for her upcoming fight, August 15th, which features a Zeus undercard, and she's fighting her co-worker with only 7 professional fights, right? But Claressa did this too with Franchon Cruz. She wants to make it seem as though there's not going to be any distractions. There's not going to be anything that's going to take her eye off the prize and all of this and all of that. But you feed off of this. You feed off of this, and you just need to admit it. You feed off of people talking about you, whether positive or negative, and you're going to use it as a flex if you win in August. But again, people are going to question the matchup due to all of these so-called greats that you like to say are such fantastic female fighters. But then you choose K. Scott. Next. I literally have to laugh at myself. I worry about things I know I'm going to conquer with like sweat dripping down the face emoji. I think it's just a safety net. I do not fail, lose, miss out, or anything. So here's the thing, Claressa. You might be undefeated in the ring and not have that many knockouts, but where did you win in other aspects, right? Where you've had the constant falling out with your family, the constant falling out with your friends from back home, thinking that you have a prize in Pap, and you think you won because you have Remy's husband, but Remy's husband still is not a divorced man, is not a legally single man, right? You apparently, according to your former friend, asked Pap to remove any Remy posts on his Instagram page, and you lost that battle. You know what I'm saying? He allegedly told you he needed to keep it up for quote-unquote divorce proceedings, as if you can't archive posts, right? As if you can't screenshot and delete posts. He wants it there and all the things because he wants to reminisce, right? Or how you lost with, you know, him not covering up the Remy Ma tattoo. Because why would he? You know what I'm saying? And you viewed everything as a competition, whether it was you going out to a concert that you knew you weren't going to like and wasn't invited to, Mother's Day weekend, to abandon your own duties and responsibilities at a Salida Promotions event in Atlanta that you were supposed to be a part of, to make sure that Pap didn't see his wife for Mother's Day. Then planning the Aruba trip around Remy Ma's birthday to make sure that there's no way Pap can have any interaction with his wife because you are still shook from Pap and Remy doing whatever they did over the Christmas holiday. So I give these examples to show that you keep saying that you never lose, but this is loser behavior. This is insecure behavior. This is the ultimate mistress behavior. Is the ongoing competition with the wife. Trying to look and dress and act and talk like the wife only to get yourself drug up and through here. That's not a win. Trying to be on reality TV like Pap's wife. That's not a win. Trying to do all this press tour and slandering other black female boxers to lift yourself up, that is not a win. And ultimately, going to an MVP Promotions event, an MMA debut on Netflix with MVP Promotions, and hauling off and slapping Alicia Baumgartner while she is surrounded by security, and not doing it initially when there was no security, is also loser behavior, you guys. So let's get into what Claressa has to say next. Claressa says, shaking my head, I don't know why y'all won't just give the hate a rest, with 2 laughing emojis. It's giving obsessed. Chill out. There's no way I'd post about somebody I don't like all day, every day. That is crazy. So I can't stress this enough, right? I have platforms, you know what I'm saying, where I give reaction to stuff, whether it's to TV shows, to celebrities, to trending topics, to whatever is in the news and the gossip and all of the things, right? And depending on where we are and what is going on, there is different trending topics that, you know what I'm saying, are in the news, are in the daily discussion more than others, right? Some might just be a story or two and then you move on, right? In regards to Claressa, here's the thing, and really people overall, I don't know any of these people to like or dislike anybody. There's nobody that I know personally that I've covered to even give that type of energy as far as, I really like this person or dislike this person or whatever else. It's all about their actions at the end of the day. And Claressa's behavior has displayed that she has been willing to tear down several black women to uplift herself, and she purposefully would befriend all of these black women every step of the way to take herself to another level. And then when she feels that she used everything from them to take herself to another level, she turns on them and slanders their name and disrespects them. She did it to Layla Ali. She did it to Franchon Cruz. She did it to Shadesha Green. She did it to Alicia Baumgartner. She has done it to Remy Ma. She has a all-out thing against light-skinned black women. You know what I'm saying? She has a thing against YouTubers and content creators, you know what I'm saying, that are not singing her praises. She has an issue with random comments from strangers on the internet that allegedly she'll be in the DMs either as herself or alleged burner accounts, but using the same cadence in her, the way she likes to type things out in the tweets and in the comments, so it sounds exactly like something that she would say. But it's not hate. People are responding to the negative energy and the negative things that you say about others. And then when it doesn't go your way and you don't get the response that you are hoping for, you come back and play victim. You come back and make it seem that everybody's against you, everybody's a part of a paid hate train, everybody is spreading fake news, everybody's putting out a false narrative about you, and all of this and all of that, right? And then you have to keep reintroducing yourself as a female boxer because everybody knows you now as Pap's mistress. That is what you've decided to make a name for yourself now. So instead of Claressa only being discussed by people who are following women's boxing, for people who are following Claressa Shields' boxing career, Claressa decided to insert herself into celebrity news and gossip. Claressa decided to insert herself into the urban blogs for all of the wrong reasons. So when you insert yourself into the urban blogs for all of the wrong reasons, that opens the door for several of publications in the urban blog sector, in the urban content creation sector, to discuss you. That's what you wanted. The problem that you have is that the response is not the response that you were looking for. You were expecting, by popping out with Remy's husband, to receive the same praise and acceptance and black love that Remy Ma and Pap had already did with their brand. And it has failed and it has flopped tremendously because that is a married man. That is a married man and is going on multiple years in which there has been nothing about your position or status that has changed. Whether Pap is upstairs, downstairs, in the basement, or back in New York, it don't matter. You have displayed that as a mistress, you do not care about Pap still being married to Remy as long as you get access to somebody else's husband some of the time. That's your big flex. That as long as a married man is seeing you on a regular basis, it don't matter that he won't divorce his wife. It don't matter that he does not want to be legally single for you in the event that y'all have a future together, in the event that you want to marry this man. How can you talk about wanting kids with a married man like Lotto, you know what I'm saying? Who doesn't want to divorce his own wife? Make it make sense. Like, it's crazy to me that Claressa tries to act as though she does not know why she is getting drug up and through this internet every day. And I feel like I really could go in, and I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets to a point. It gets to a point. But if you're not doing goofy stuff on a daily basis, if you're not victimizing yourself on a daily basis, if you're not saying the weirdest of things on a daily basis, and most importantly, trying to prop up this entanglement with a married man on a daily basis, you would not hear from us. We would not be discussing you. And the other side, too, is you've pissed off a lot of people as it pertains to your former friends and some of your family. So they're going to call it like they see it every time that they see something that is goofy with you. Which, again, is also content. But Claressa knows that if she does not post on any of these social media platforms that she also receives a check for, she will fade into the dust. She will be irrelevant. And that's not what Claressa wants at the end of the day. She doesn't want to be irrelevant. So therefore, she only can function in this chaos. She can only function in the chaos to keep herself out there, to keep herself in the algorithm. But ultimately, the way she tries to flip it and reverse it, it's getting old. Like, it's getting old. It's the same hot takes. It's the same greatest hits in regards to all of her complaints and all of her issues and all of the things. And ultimately, well, we just got to be on one accord on what the truth is and what the facts are. So that is it, you guys, for this video. I need y'all to do me the biggest favor, and that is to hype the video. Hype the video, please. There's that. That is it. That is all. It's toast. It's final. It's finito. It's the end of the road. See you in line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.